Hello and welcome to another update video about the DXY. Not really moving too much, a lot of uncertainty currently in the market. And let's start here first of all on the daily chart, just to make everybody who's not watched the previous videos aware where we are. My view is that obviously here that was a long-term bottom in place in 2008. Since then, this wave 4 low, we've been moving up in 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in what I believe is a leading diagonal. This completed a wave 1 and would now be followed by a wave 2. Yeah, all of this is a wave 1, a 5-wave move, followed by a wave 2. So that means, consequently, that very recently, I think it was October, we peaked here in this 5-wave move in a wave 1, and we have now, obviously we've come down since then. The move down in this wave 2 is a 3-wave correction, A, B, C. I think we're near enough to complete this, or nearly there with completing this A wave. Then there should be a B wave and a C wave down. We've got obviously here this 1-2 setup after the wave 2 is done, but that will probably take some months to carry out and to follow. We should, maybe even a year. We should move up in a 3rd wave, and that would be a very, very bullish setup most likely. But again, first of all, we need to complete this C wave in wave 2, or the ABC pattern. But after that, just to show you what I expect, is a wave 3, 4, 5 that would complete a higher wave degree 5, which would again be a wave 1, and that would also be corrected down. Now that will take years. Yeah, don't look at the time scale down here. That's not, how because it's just a guess, but it won't take that long anyway. This is too far out anyway. But some people look at that and think, I'm suggesting the wave 5 will finish somewhere at like 2040, which is not what I believe. In fact, I don't know. The timing is very difficult to forecast. However, let's zoom into the daily chart. My view is obviously we peaked here at around $114, $115. We're now coming down in this A wave, near enough finished. It could drop a little bit more. In fact, that's actually my expectation. And then we should move up in a B wave. Now that could go into the region between $110, $115. We will be able to specify that a bit further as soon as we know where exactly the low for the A wave is, and we should be nearly there. And then also as soon as we see a little bit more detail of the subwave structure of the B wave, and then we should come down in the C wave afterwards. That will be quite a strong of a drop, the C wave. My view is that the A wave down consists of 3 waves, A, B, C. That's currently how this is subdividing from the high, A wave down, B wave up, and we're coming down in the C wave at the moment. With the latest price action, I think I'd like to make just a couple of small changes here to the chart. We just see, we've got, obviously the blue count is what is important. That's the higher level count in this C wave, 1, 2. That's done, that stays where it is. And then we've come down in this wave 3. And then we've got the question here, what is happening here? Previously, I thought this could have been a wave 4 and we moved down in a wave 5. But the move off the low, first of all, I'm not convinced that the wave 5 is over, so I'm still looking at lows. But if I think we've already finished the wave 4, I would be a bit in trouble to count now this wave 5. So for me, it makes more sense. Also because what's currently happening here looks like a triangle. So I'm going to go to the 1-hour chart now. It looks a bit like a triangle pattern, which is unfolding here. So a little bit like that. You could call that a trend continuation pattern. I'd rather be looking at the downside, but before we see downside, we might see a little bit short-term upside still. Yeah, so I'm not convinced that a low is in here yet, because we haven't really seen any strong upside since the low, and this is rather just looking corrective. So I'm more leaning towards the idea that the wave 4 might still be ongoing as a triangle, and there will be a wave 5 to come still. The wave 5 has never started. How do we do that? So I'm looking here at a larger ABC pattern probably, or even some kind of an Elliott wave triangle. Both is possible, both are possible. The first idea that I had is that this is actually an A wave, all of this, and we came down in a B wave, and we're now moving up in C. Now, I've got my problem because this isn't really looking impulsive at all, as a wave C should be, unless it's some kind of a weird, I don't know, some kind of a weird diagonal pattern. Now, target for the C wave, we can calculate that fairly straightforward way. Ideally, we would go above the high of the A wave. That would be the most likely scenario. Then we've got an expanded flat. The target for the the C wave would be we take the length of the A wave, go to the low of the B wave, and then we're looking at possibly even here the $106 level. That is the 1.618 fib extension. And then we could come down in the wave 5. So if we see any upside, so break basically out here, and we go above $104.60, that would be the first indication. And then if we go above $104.90, and then, so these are all levels of resistance and confirmation. If we then go to above $105.20, there's a good chance we reach that $106.20 level and then come down from there. The other scenario is that this was, this is not an ABC, but let me think that the entire wave 4 is basically an Elliott wave triangle. So we have then here an A wave, here a B wave, here a C wave, here a D wave, and an E wave, and it could now be unfolding to the downside at any moment without further upside. Either way, I'm still not convinced that a low is in, and I'm looking at lower into this region, possibly rather at the lower end around the $102 mark. The key resistance area is up here between $107 and $108. So as soon as we get above that level, that would be a very good confirmation that a low is in. Already a move above $107 would be a good confirmation. And yeah, if we, and that's the other confirmation, that's probably the earliest confirmation you get. If we had, let's say we have this ABC pattern, and I gave you the target, the 1.618 extension, already going above that level, so $106.20 pretty much, would be a good confirmation that a low is in, because a C wave would normally not be longer than the 1.618 extension. Again, there's no guarantees, it's all about likelihoods, but for me the focus is still on the downside. I would rather, if I could say which of these patterns do I prefer, ABC or the triangle, I'd rather be in favor of this triangle pattern, which would very shortly break to the downside from here. But again, we need to keep an open mind here, and short-term upside is certainly still possible because there's another scenario for the wave 4, and I told you which levels we need to break to make that more likely. Okay, and that's my update about the DXY. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.